Oh, boys and girls, it happened. Okay, you know what it is.
I mean, I just as Vegas went through the playoffs, like I just felt they just kind of felt inevitable. And then obviously they got off to a hot start against Florida. I think we did a show before this series started. And we talked about things that could hurt Florida, and one of the things that I thought would hurt Florida is all that time off because Bobrovsky was hot. And well, I don't think Bobrovsky was bad in this series. He wasn't the same guy that he was going in, right? So I don't know. It's kind of expected. I mean, I said 5, and here we are. I mean, this was probably the one series that I didn't want to be right about because I've gotten everything else wrong this playoff. But hey, I got the Golden Knights winning a cup in 5, so go Ian. I guess I don't know. That's terrible.
Eric? You got some foreseen points there, Ian. I mean, it was inevitable. I mean, it was fucking inevitable. But, yeah, I'm just glad those long-suffering Vegas fans waited 6 fucking years until they finally hoisted the Stanley Cup. To be quite honest, I'm thrilled for their fans because they got everything handed to them. So they had a great.
No, I don't want to hear they got. I don't want to hear they got everything handed to them. Bullshit.
Oh, no. Let me finish. I'm not quite at that point. They had all the pieces come together and work it perfectly. I mean, let's be quite honest. They went through Winnipeg easily. Edmonton was like, ooh, that's the scary team coming out of the West. They took care of them in 6. Dallas, they just fell apart, and Jamie Benn decided to fall on somebody, and
yeah, but after Jamie Benn fell down, Dallas won the next 2 games. If anything, DeBoer should have kept Ben out of the lineup after the 2-game suspension.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. But I mean, this team was just a freaking juggernaut. They're showing pictures outside the arena, and I've never seen such a massive crowd to celebrate a Stanley Cup championship. And it sucks. But it is what it is. And I'm glad Mark Stone recovered so quickly in time. Back to you, AJ.
Stone, he was the guy that was out for like the vast majority of the season and like came in at the end. Was that right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is that the Tampa Bay play, the cap circumvention?
Number 1 bullshit.
They're playing with. Hey, is it within the rules? It's all within the rules. So
yeah,
it's all totally good. Hey, if anything, maybe our buddy Ken over at Sin Bin can finally shut the fuck up about the not a penalty thing or not a major or whatever the hell he's been bitching about for the last 4 years. He can let it go now.
The same thing with the Sharks and Sharks fans. It's time to give up Game 7. Time to give it up. Because they're going to flip a fucking Stanley Cup ring right in your fucking face.
I mean, it was time to give that up a while ago. But yeah, I mean, I'm
glad
that
still wouldn't let it go.
Yeah, I'm glad that everyone's finally getting on the page that I've been on for like 2 fucking years.
Yeah, can we finally stop bringing up Game 7 now?
No, I think they'll never stop bringing it up. I mean, like the Baker goal, like still gets brought up every now and then. But I think it'll be more like that now. It's not going to be like a, God, we're playing Vegas. Guess what that means?
Yeah, but you know what though? God, the Baker goal to me is completely different because one, Detroit was the odds-on favorite to win the cup that year. You had this upstart team coming out of nowhere and that essentially shocked the world. And there was no major penalty. It was who was Osgood? Yeah, Osgood. Like, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking, but it's like to me, I get them diving into the well for the Baker goal. That I get. Yeah. But the circle jerking about Game 7 at every opportunity, I hope that tonight puts that to bed.
The Baker goal will forever live in San Jose history because of what it did.
And I want to say this as someone who like is totally anti the Game 7 wank. Like that is still like
sure.
Like I don't want to like minimize that game, because I mean that was like one of the funnest hockey games I've ever watched.
Absolutely.
A Sharks fan, right? Like, but I just like the constant, just like everything's fucking terrible, but we're playing Vegas, so guess what? Get the hand cream, let's go. Like, yeah I'm over that.
Well, the thing too, and granted, we went to the Stanley Cup final.
The Sharks.
The Sharks. Thank you. The Sharks.
Yeah, we didn't go anywhere.
We had our greatest moments are wins in the first round.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
except for that series versus Anaheim in 2009, but yeah.
I mean, but our most most memorable moments are a series upset in '94 and
it was going to happen.
Well, that's true. That's true. He read the script and everything.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just to see a team that's 6 years old just turns that knife a little bit. And if that means that it's rent free in my head, oh well. Be better, Sharks. Make it happen. Get your shit together and get this thing turned around right fucking now.
I got to tell you, going into this, when Jerk and I did the final Pucknologist and we did our picks, I didn't have Vegas coming out of the second round. I thought like LA was going to be tough. I thought they'd probably get past them, but I thought Edmonton was just because Edmonton's power play was so ridiculously hot. I thought that, you know, if Edmonton can get Vegas into any type of penalty trouble, and let's be honest, for the most part, historically, a lot of teams have been able to get under Vegas's skin. You take a hit at Stone or Eichel or White Cloud or whoever, and all of a sudden the wheels come off a little bit and they lose their shit. Credit to Vegas. I mean, they held their shit together. I don't know that they I mean, I'd have to go over and look at how many games they played, but I would be shocked if more than 20% of them they took more penalties than their opponent. Smythe. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
but
sorry, Jerk.
I don't think that they're at. Like I said, I mean, so what was the first series against LA? Was that 6-7 games?
I'm sorry, which series?
Who did Vegas play in the first? Oh, I'm sorry, it was Winnipeg.
Oh, Winnipeg.
Excuse me, my bad.
They beat Winnipeg in 5.
Winnipeg in 5. Edmonton, did that go 7?
No, 6.
6. Yeah. So 5, 6, and then Dallas was
6.
So you've got quick math says 17, and then tonight 5, so 19 games. Over those 19 games, did Vegas lead the team lead the game in penalties in 5 of those out of 19? I don't know that they did. They were very disciplined. You got to give them to that. And the fact with Florida, is it just me or did it feel like Vegas scored in the first 2 minutes of every fucking game?
But that's been their ammo.
Yeah.
Their entire history.
I know, but it was just like, how do you not game plan for that? Like, it's like we have to spend the first 5 minutes just putting it back behind their goalie. I don't give a shit. Dump and chase, whatever. Hold the neutral zone. Watch that blue line. Do not let them advance in those first 5 minutes because that's when they're the most dangerous. And Florida couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that Florida, to me, kind of embarrassed what was the best team in the league this season.
Yeah, I mean they marched all over the East. I mean they're Osgood overtime goal away from being eliminated, and went on a crazy run. I mean, you got to give credit to Florida for what they did. It was just complete rust against a juggernaut in Vegas.
Yeah. So let me ask a couple questions now. Then, of course, the talking point. We're not going to hear from the Vegas fans anymore about the not a major hashtag not a major. Now it's going to be the whole. Of course, it's going to be what hill would you like to die on? You know, that's going to be the big thing.
That's going to be the most annoying. That's going to be the most annoying talking point this summer.
Who made that move?
Way more.
Remind me. Was that?
That was a Greer move in August.
That was a Greer move. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Like,
no, I mean, dude, I'm not here to do revisionist history. We talked about this back when it happened. That was market value based on what Hill had done for the Sharks the previous year. Yep. That was fucking market value. And dude, let's be honest. How much did Hill play for Vegas this season during the regular season? Not a whole hell of a lot. I would go so far as to say that 2023 Hill, you could make comparisons to 2010 Antoniemi.
Oh, I think, yeah. Like I think someone's going to pay Aiden Hill a bunch of money to
But you get what I'm saying. Didn't play a lot during the regular season, caught a heater when it mattered.
Yeah, caught a heater. And I don't want to I know maybe this is going to sound like really jerky of me right now, but I think someone's going to pay Aiden Hill a lot of money this summer and they're going to be disappointed with what they get.
Is I think it like a Steve Mason
hot at the right time?
Steve Mason type of deal?
I don't know if it's that bad. I mean, and maybe look at I hope I'm wrong.
Well, the thing is, Steve Mason didn't win a cup.
No. No. But I think maybe Antoniemi is the apt comparable here.
There you go. All right, look forward to that article on San Jose Hockey Now. I'm sure Sheng will do it.
Oh, jeez. Aiden Hill went 16-7-1 in the regular season. He played in 27 games, started 25, 2.5 goals against, .915 save percentage.
Okay, give me his playoff stats.
Entering tonight because
godly.
I'm sure this doesn't count the one tonight, but according to NHL.com, he played in 15, started 13, went 10-4 with a 2.11 goals against and a .934 save percentage.
.934.
And I'm sure that'll go down because he did let in 3 tonight.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah,
but
yeah. When you win 9-3, what do you fucking do? Oh, dude. No, this is going to be something. Let's be honest. This is going to be it is, last I looked, June 13th. Between now and October 13th, for those of you who don't know, it's going to be a Friday and San Jose Barracuda are opening at home, which was the big announcement earlier. Or was that yesterday? It was yesterday, right?
I don't know.
Who gives a shit? Either way, dude, the next 4 fucking months, it's going to be a lot of chatter about Aiden Hill. And is Hill FA? That was a 1-year deal, right?
He's a UFA.
Okay, so let me ask you this then, Ian. I mean, quite a bit of a conundrum in net for Vegas at this point? Between, Leonard and Bassois and Hill, and I mean, what are they going to do?
Because they got Logan Thompson. Look at here's the thing.
Oh, fuck, I didn't even mention him.
Okay, here's the thing. Logan Thompson still, in my opinion, Logan Thompson is still their guy. I think it'd be very easy to look at this and be like, oh, maybe that's not the case. I think Aiden, I look at Aiden Hill. Again, I'm not going to take anything away from what he did this playoffs. I think he did great. And, is he the next superstar goalie? I'm not sold, but Logan Thompson, I think, is still got 2 years left on his ELC.
So my point being is
he's signed for less than $1 million, I think, for the next 2 years. He's the guy, just by fact of their cap situation.
So do you think Vegas tries to move Hill before before free agent frenzy and all that shit?
I think he just goes to. I mean, someone maybe they trade him, try to get a 7th for his rights, but I think that he's just gonna go to free agency because they can't afford to keep him.
Yeah, you have Logan Thompson through 2025 with $766,000.
Right,
Leonard does
Logan
have a
Thompson,
modified no trade.
Is the play there? He's the guy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look. Vegas has done it. They've won their cup. They got the big shiny thing. So,
know what's better than winning 1 cup though? Winning 2 or 3.
Sure, I've heard. Last time I talked to Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay did confirm. But
I mean, we wouldn't know that. We're Sharks.
We have no fucking clue about it.
However, the thing I want to know is, and this is something that has been brought up on a lot of different platforms, is Vegas gonna be solid in 2 years, 3 years when the bill comes due?
I mean, that's the fascinating thing, right? I think like going into this season, I mean, I think a lot of us thought that they had closed their window, and obviously we're all idiots, but we had, with all the aggressive moves they made and how they've kind of, it's hard to say mismanaged the cap as they skate around the Stanley Cup, but that's what it looked like, right? And I think that
they love some shiny toys.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I still think that there is going to be pain because I think the cap is, the cap still has another season, but then, maybe we get to that point where the cap actually goes up by more than $1 million.
They have plenty of room if they can sit through one more year.
Wasn't there something that was reported that it was essentially maybe $1 million for the next season, then like 4, then like 6?
I feel like we've been hearing that for fucking the last 3 years, though.
Yeah, but now we have ads on jerseys, dude. That's the difference. We have ads on jerseys now. That's all the money now.
Sure.
Ads on helmets, ads on dasher boards.
I'm sure those will all go away once they hit their escrow total, which they're $50 million away. Bullshit. Give me a break. You're just Batman's just dangling that thing so he can get something else out of the players. Meanwhile, we're still waiting for another fucking World Cup of hockey because the NHL can't get their shit together for a best on best tournament. Back to you, AJ.
I don't know. I thought we were talking about Vegas. Okay. Oh, man. So my point being, Ian, is that, can Vegas keep this up, or is the bill going to come due?
I think the bill's going to come due, but they've won the cup, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Like, that's the difference. That's the difference between the Sharks and everyone else, is that when the Sharks fucking came due, they had nothing to show for it. Yeah. Chicago, LA, they all have shit to show for it.
What are you talking about? The Sharks had like 18 straight years of going to the playoffs.
That's true. Oh, look at and that's nothing to sneeze at, right? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I would rather that than be fucking Columbus.
Hello.
Who has what? 2 series wins in their history? I'm sure they're thrilled.
I mean, I understand that the
Edmonton
Stanley Cup is
Oilers.
the important thing here, but like, it could be worse. Like, it could still be worse. Like, I think, I don't think Sharks fans have it the best, obviously, because they haven't won the cup, but like, it could be a lot worse too.
Yeah. I mean, but my point being is, like, you look at the Edmonton Oilers, like, since what was it? Their last big playoff win, up until like last season or whatever, it was when they knocked Mahalik out, right? In 06, 07, whenever it was.
Yeah. And then Toskla gives the puck away to fucking Samsonov after a 5-minute major.
So you had that series, but then they went on a ridiculous dry spell, and for like half of it, they had the best fucking player in the league. And let's be honest, a lot of people, I was one of them, thought this is Edmonton's time.
Yeah, I thought Edmonton had turned a corner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
agreed.
Vegas said, maybe you didn't.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, you talk about Vegas having their bills come. I mean, look how far the Niners extended their play when they had contracts and salary caps were just going to ruin them, and they still found a way to try to get over the hump there. To me, if they could get by that one more year of $1 million and the cap's going to go up, who says they can't repeat?
Well, let me just tell you, earlier this week, I think we unlocked everything for the Sharks because Philip Bystead signed. Beasted, whatever, who cares? That's going to be the difference, right? Next season?
Just like Chekovich and Shimoleski were.
Oh, man, you guys need to fucking, chill out. Fuck's sakes.
I'm sorry, Ian. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be super salty. By the way, Matthew Tkachuk suffered a broken sternum.
Tonight or prior to tonight?
On that game, in that game 4 hit with Kolasar.
Can I say, I want to say something. Like, I know it's like people are always like, hockey players are fucking dumb. Like, hockey players are the dumbest fucking people on the planet. The injuries these fucking idiots play through, it's just, I know, and people are gonna say that like I'm like super soft, but like, I'm sorry, man. If I broke my fucking sternum, I wouldn't be doing a fucking sitting here doing a podcast.
Oh, dude, I'd be
probably.
curled up in a ball in the corner.
Jesus Christ.
Jeez.
Oh, God.
Man. So hold on. Jared in the chat saying this is all Doug Wilson's fault. That Vegas won the cup?
No, everyone's gonna be mad because the Sharks haven't.
Hey, congratulations, Jared.
I get it. I don't know, man. I just
AO saying, hey, it could be a lot worse. We could be stuck with EK65 for the rest of his contract. Oh,
we'll just put him on LTIR, and that's how we'll make the playoffs again.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Where's my rim shot, AJ? Come on.
Hold on. Here it comes. Okay, it was there.
Thank you.
I hope everybody else heard it. I threw it in there. Hold on. Can I get another one? Let me see. Can I get a timpani roll?
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Oh, boy. What?
All right. So now that we've turned the soundboard off, so I mean, we have
so sorry.
We have 4 months. We have the draft coming up in a couple of weeks here, and correct me if I'm wrong. 15 days from tonight, is that correct? Feels like it.
Coming up, yeah.
28 minus 15 is 13. It's the 28th. Yeah.
So 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you're watching us live.
So if you've ever wanted to stare at Ian for like 6.5 hours, that's your time to do it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So with that, I mean, we've talked about this before. I am so fucking sick of mock drafts. I don't fucking care. And it's like, here's a draft where the Sharks take Carlson. Here's one where they take Smith. Here's one where they take Michkov. And blah, blah, blah. Fuck, I don't care. Just tell me who the Sharks took. And then it's, are they going to use their 26th pick to grab, I forget the fucking goalie who's like high, or not the 26th, 36th, whatever it is. Their high second pick. Are they going to use that to get the goalie and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Can we just talk about after they, I get it, man. You know, some of you people, and I'm not, it's not me like dumping on anybody specifically. It's beat writers, you know, all the authors as a whole. There's like 20 people on The Athletic and 18,000 other people on other platforms. I'm just tired of seeing your mock bullshit. And it goes when it's the NFL, and but I don't. Let's talk about what has happened. Not this could happen, but I don't fucking care. So let's talk about it on the 28th when the Sharks actually make their choices, and then the 29th and the 30th, and so on and so forth. That being said, and this
here's
is
AJ's second mock draft.
No, I'm not mocking. I'm not mock drafting. That being said, who would you? Obviously, Bedard's off.
Sadly.
But if you look at the 20,000 mock drafts, he's the only one who's off. I've seen drafts where Anaheim takes Michkov. I've seen drafts where Fantilli falls down to Montreal. So my thing is, you have to put money on it. Actually, no, you don't have to put money on it. I don't want to hear who you think they might take, because that's mock. I want to hear who you hope the Sharks get. Obviously, Bedard's off the table. Most realistically, Ian, who are you hoping for?
Oh, I don't care.
Like okay, cool. Well, that made it easy. But I mean, if
I don't
so,
like.
So I mean, Ian, dude, if Carlson, Smith,
spot,
and Michkov are on the fucking board,
yeah,
who are you rooting for? Not who you think the Sharks will take. Who are you rooting for?
I still like Leo Carlson a lot. I know a lot of people like Michkov. The only thing with Michkov is like I don't know what the world is going to do over the next whatever years it would take to get him over here, and that
It's a
always
chance
makes me
pick.
nervous.
It's a high risk,
Pardon?
high reward. High risk,
It
high
is.
reward.
It is a high risk pick for not just because I think it's a big boomer bust guy, but I think also just like.
Oh no, I
don't
think
know.
it's a boom guy.
Yeah.
It's just we don't know what the hell in the country is going to do. I mean, if he was a Canadian player, he's easily number two,
then
perhaps.
Then he's my guy, 100%.
Yeah.
Like if he's not from Russia, he's my guy, 100%.
Yeah.
But like I can't ignore the fact that that's a thing, right? Like,
yeah.
And again, it's not like I'm not worried that like he's just going to be like, no, I'm just going to stay in the K, man. The K is good. Like I'm worried that like Putin attacks a NATO country and that's what happens.
Yeah.
Right. Like I don't know what the future holds. Right. So I would take someone that I don't have those concerns with, and that's just me. And I know people are going to get mad at me, and that's fine. Get mad at me. I don't care. But I'd be happy with either. Like the three guys that'll be on the board there, like I'd be happy with any of them. If it's Will Smith, I'm happy. If it's Leo Carlson, I'm happy. If it's Michkov, I'm happy because again, it's out of my fucking control.
But if it's Will Smith, you do know that there's going to be a massive contingent of Sharks fans going, another fucking Boston guy. I am tired of taking Boston guys.
But it's okay if they're good. Like that's the difference.
Okay, fair point.
Like. I don't really care where,
But still, that's going to be, it's going to be the easy fucking poking device.
Yeah. But I mean, if the player is good, then who gives a fuck where he comes from?
All right.
As long as he's a player that's not going to get like, stuck in his country, possibly.
All right, Eric,
who knows?
Who are you rooting for? Not who you think they're going to take. Who are you rooting for?
Who am I rooting for? I mean, if Carlson's available, sure, take Carlson, but I'm rooting for Michkov.
Okay.
Because I don't think they're ready to say that the rebuild is ready to go upward and play for a playoff spot.
Yeah, you got a couple years, man. You gotta fucking you gotta bake Bordelot. You gotta bake Eklund a little bit, Beasted, and a couple other guys in there that you need to let them simmer.
Now, how much is it going to cost them to get them over here? That's the big one. I kind of worry about.
Hey, we can do a GoFundMe for an airline ticket.
Oh, oh boy. No, but I look at like a similarity of like Kaprizov, how long it took for Minnesota to get him over here. I just wonder if that's the play. But if you want me to put money down on who they get, they'll go Will Smith.
See, now I like this comment from AO that says Greer is not to take a risky pick. He would like to keep his job. He's only had it for 1 year. I think the leash on him is probably a scotch long.
He's not going to get fired over who he drafts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm rooting for Michkov. If he falls down to that spot, I'm rooting for him. But also because like my compatriot from Canada, Ian, I myself like to watch the world burn from time to time, and I think this could be an interesting way to see that play out. Again, very high risk, very high reward. I don't want Will Smith because it's like, I don't want to hear about all the Massachusetts, Boston, blah, 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 blah. It's like, fuck, the Sharks can't take anybody that's not from the fucking northeastern seaboard. There's that, not to mention the fact that it's like, oh my God, the amount. When they took William Eklund, we were all starting to hear the fucking get jiggy with it things. And then if you take a guy named Will Smith, oh, fuck.
Wait till they break out their third jersey and then you can start singing Men in Black.
Oh. Is there a player that the Sharks can take named like Tupac? We can get some better music. Maybe? No?
Hey, we live in California, so we know how to party.
I mean, Tupac Shakur is close to Muka Madulin.
Yeah.
If you just move the letters around. So, look, Vegas Golden Knights have won the Stanley Cup. It's and for some of the Vegas, I know they want to come in and they want to troll the Sharks fans. And hey, look, I get it, man. Talk your shit. Talk Talk it. Your team has earned the right for you to talk your game. So good on you.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, we all know this is a copycat league.
Yep.
What are we going to learn from Vegas? Are we going to learn that you shouldn't be loyal to your
Four lines
players?
of second line players.
No, but I mean, because you didn't win the cup that year, do you have to be like, oh, fuck this. I just got to fucking just find ways to get rid of Fleury. I have no loyalty to these players.
Well, hold on.
Bye. I need to finish it off.
There's that, but then, Colorado won it last year. They built from within and had some pretty decent loyalty.
Yeah, I know, but I think Puck Guy's onto something though, right? Because like the Golden Knights didn't have any qualms about throwing guys overboard, regardless of how much they were loved by the fan base.
Right.
Dude, like regardless of what they actually promised the player, hello, Marc-Andre Fleury.
Correct. Right. That's what I mean. Like, so I and I think, I think that is, if you want to spin this back to the Sharks a little bit and you want to say like, where did Doug Wilson go wrong? It is a Sharks podcast, sure. But you're like, where did Doug Wilson go wrong? Like, I think loyalty to some guys longer than should have, probably a thing that we'd all agree on.
Marleau, Thornton. Yeah.
I mean, that's the case. I mean, Marleau, Thornton, Boyle, Burns. I mean, they try to keep the score to win something.
Boyle, bitch, I will bitch slap you if you say that in my face.
I'll bitch slap
you.
No,
what I'm saying is that there was a little bit of turnover with this team, and he was one of the key cogs.
Yeah, but I think with Dan Boyle, like he fell apart. He was never the same after that hit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally, right? Totally.
Like, up until then, like he was definitely a part of the solution, not the problem.
But what I'm trying to get that is that owners are going to look at their GMs and be like, "What the fuck? Why didn't you go after this? Why weren't you more aggressive?" I mean, I'm sure Toronto's probably going ape shit right now.
People business still too. Like it's hard to have like that
but
kind
still.
of.
Do you think there's any change on staff between now and the opening of the season? Because you look at what has happened with the goalie situation, and I think there's a contingent of fans, and I would say that they have a point when they're kind of going, Naby was great as a goalie for the Sharks, as a goalie coach. Looking at his record, not so much. Hedberg hasn't really panned out. Maybe we need to look elsewhere.
I mean, shout out Sean Burke for doing a heck of a job turning Aiden Hill into an amazing goaltender.
I think.
Isn't Patrick Waugh looking for a gig after winning a lower level trophy? Would Patrick Waugh like to come in and teach the Sharks goalies how to tend the net?
I think that I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, I agree. Like, I have banged this Nabokov drum for a long time. Where I've just kind of questioned, like, what has he done since he's become a goalie coach? I love Evgeny Nabokov, don't get me wrong, but like, again, like you look at you look at
the results. There haven't been any.
There haven't been any, and that's the problem, right? And then like when I don't know who they brought in. I can't remember the gentleman's name that they brought in to kind of be underneath Nabokov, because I think the Barracuda goalies this year, for the most part, showed like decently, I thought.
And to be fair, there was some injury issues there, here and there. Are you happy that they held on to McAniemi?
Yeah, I like McAniemi. I mean, he sucks in the shootout, but like, But overall, I like McAniemi. Like he was definitely the starter of the three goalies. Like he was the best of the three, I thought, when he was healthy.
So coming into this following season, I think we're all kind of on board that Reimer is gone.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know, is it worth trading his rights? No, nobody's giving up fuck off for that. They're like, no, you hold on to those until July. So it's Kakinen playing out his final year. Then you've got to look at Makiniemi.
I mean, I can't wait till we trade Kokkonen for a fourth, and then he wins a Stanley Cup.
Sure.
I mean, shit.
Oh, dude.
That's what I'm looking for.
Oh,
You
dude.
know that's
I'm
gonna
looking
happen,
for the
too.
following
Hashtag
season
that's so
that
fucking Sharks.
Aaron Dell then gets traded and wins a cup. That's going to be the one that really bakes your fucking noodle.
No, Aaron Dell's here for life.
Western
Lifer,
Conference Final.
Okay,
Aaron
how
Dell
do you
versus
like
Martin
that?
Jones.
Dude, Aaron Dell takes over for Nabokov. I don't hate
know
it at
about
this
that,
point, to be
but-
honest. It might be an upgrade.
I think I like
Those who
like
can
having
do,
Aaron Dell
those who
around.
can't coach.
I like having Aaron Dell around. I know a lot of people obviously again the crease situation for the Barracuda is potentially really crowded. But I like having Aaron Dell around. I think Aaron Dell's like a good guy to have around like the kids to, because he's been there, done that. He's, and he's done it all the hard way. So I don't mind like if Aaron Dell came back on another year for like another 2-way deal, like I don't hate that.
So who are you projecting then in net for San Jose this season? Are you thinking it's going to be Kakinen and Makiniemi at the Sharks
I think
level?
Aiden
and-
Hill's coming home, baby. 5 by
Oh,
5.
fuck
We're gonna bring him back
off.
for twice the money.
Okay, but on Planet Reality,
Okay.
Kakinen and
4x4.
Makiniemi, and then
No, I think
down
it's
with
going to
the
be Kokkonen and free agent signing here, or cast like.
so
maybe,
who's
like,
so
something
who's
where-
down then? Who's down? Makiniemi, Man, Corona, something. What?
I don't know. I
Who's going back?
is
Who?
Man even back?
Who-
I don't know.
Who's going? Who left? Was it Bo Pitt or Godreau? It was Godreau, right? Who said fuck
Gaudreau's
you?
going back in the draft.
Yeah,
so
you
he's
said
not
fuck
gonna-
you. I'm out.
But like Strokes man, I'm not. I don't know, man. Strokes man's a Doug Wilson Jr. guy. I don't know if he's here next year. He's you got Magnus Corona coming in. You've got Makiniemi who's going to be healthy. Well, so. And I did Makiniemi even get a new deal? Did I miss this? Because I think he's RFA right now too. So I don't know.
Is
Like
he?
I'm curious to see.
I thought he did just like pick up, but or maybe that was just wishful thinking. I thought I saw
sure.
something that he like got signed for a year or something, like a 1-year deal.
He might have. I might have missed it. Like I've been kind of not really tuned into the Twitter machine, and so yeah, I might have missed it. But like as far as I know, like they're all RFAs, and then Aaron Dell's UFA. So you got Magnus Corona coming in, and then he's going to be with somebody. I think Aaron Dell's the third guy there still. And then for the Sharks, I think it's either going to be like a situation like Vegas did where they picked up Aiden Hill for a fourth. Like maybe we're gonna pick up somebody's cast off for a pick, or they're gonna go free agent signing, which there isn't really much in free agency. But again, I don't think the goal this year is to contend again. Like I think they'd like to do better, but I don't think like
Oh, you know what I'm
has any delusions of being a playoff
You know
team.
what it is? To tell me if I'm wrong, I thought I saw Shang post a thing that said Makiniemi all but coming back.
Okay, there you go.
That's what we're gonna trust you on this one, Shang. We'll see what happens.
My thing is,
It makes sense. Like I think they're high on Makiniemi. I mean, you traded Brent Burns. He was the get in that deal, right? So I think
Was he though?
Yes.
Who's the other cat that we pulled in that?
Stephen Lawrence
Stephen Lawrence.
in
mean,
third round.
I know Sharks fans are dumb and they think like Stephen Lawrence was the best ever, but like no.
No.
Makiniemi-
I was not a Lawrence fan at all.
What about
He was all right.
what would you guys say about Joey Decord, who's
Who?
been playing lights out for Coachella Valley in the Calder Cup Finals?
Well, doesn't
I
Seattle
don't
have
hate it.
first
I don't
dibs?
hate another project. Like I don't hate another project. Because again, I don't think the Sharks are gonna be good this like the Sharks aren't gonna like, they're not gonna get a goalie and it's like playoff time, baby. Like,
They're
I
not.
don't think
I'm getting rid of my season tickets. Then, God damn it!
Oh,
I mean,
fuck. I would have said
maybe they'll
Martin
surprise
Jones
me,
then.
but I don't have hope. So I mean, like a guy like Joey, like that's kind of what they did with Kokkonen, right? Like you bring in Joey Decord for a couple of years, cheap contract, and if he works
Right.
out, great, you extend him, and if not, then whatever. What's lost, you killed a little bit of time, you work the guy through the system again. I don't hate that.
Let me jump in for a second. 1 week ago, from Shang source, expect Makiniemi back with the Sharks.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I mean
that's-
that makes sense.
That's where I knew I heard it from. Now, to be fair, he also posted an article the day after that said the Sharks are interested in Carter Hart, which made me chuckle.
Well, that's because like Jeff Merrick
clicks,
said that,
baby.
Yeah, well, I mean, man, you know what?
Could you imagine the Sharks giving up 2 first-rounders for Carter fucking Hart at this juncture? It's not as if the Sharks are a goalie away from making the jump. Like, I could almost see Edmonton pulling that trigger, but
that's
not San Jose.
Offense. That's a fireable offense.
Yeah, I mean, Carter Hart's still young enough that I think if Carter Hart would still be. Carter Hart's a guy that if you can fix him, then he's going to be good.
Yeah, but the rest of the Sharks aren't going to be for the first half of that deal.
No, and that's true, right? But again, like, man, could you that's the tricky thing about goalies, right? Is like they're the hardest thing to batten down. Like if you don't have one, if you don't develop your own, that's the hardest hole to fill.
Yeah, I think the Sharks have proven that since Nabby's gone.
A lot of teams.
Right? Well, yeah, like Edmonton, hello.
Yeah, there's for example, I think if you want to look at another Canadian team that gets that gets a lot of publicity. No, I meant the one over in the East a little bit. The other, the so-called center of the hockey universe.
Oh, Ottawa? Dude, what was it? 900 million? 950 million? Is that how much the Senators are going for?
950 million. Yep.
Dude, could we not put that? Could we not put that together between the three of us?
No.
Come on. Oh, we needed to get Jerks Bill Fold in here, and then we could have pulled it off.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, I need American investors because the Canadian dollar is not that good.
Goddamn. What do you think that's gonna do? How? I mean, you're plugged into the Canadian scene there, sir. That is when you're not like covered in smoke over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt.
What do you think this means for the Senators? Do you think maybe job one? Because look, I think that the Senators have a good core to start with. They obviously have, Stutzla. I just love saying that name, but they have pieces to build around.
They do have pieces.
Josh Norris, unfortunate injury for him. Hopefully he comes back like gangbusters in October, but they have some pieces. Do you think job one there is to look at trying to pull an Oakland A's and say, hey, what happens if we move to downtown?
Well, that's going to be the plan, right? Like, and that's kind of been in the works for a long time. Like, I think that's going to be the first thing they're going to want to do now that they have a stable ownership group. And I think that's the one thing, like, I know a lot of people are going to there's a lot of flashy names that came up when the Senators sale process.
Ryan Reynolds.
I think like maybe this guy's not the most flashiest name, but I think he's going to bring stability. And I'm not saying that like Ryan Reynolds group would have been bad owners or whatever other groups were involved, right? But I feel like this guy's been around. I think he was in the Habs ownership group for a long time.
Hey, didn't Wrexham FC like win something?
Yeah. But here's the thing. Like, I think there's something to be said for like stable ownership, which I think something that Ottawa hasn't always had. I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but let's call it for what it was, right? Not exactly the most stable ownership group all the time. So I think that this is going to bring some stability to them. I'm curious to see what changes this owner's going to bring to the front office and stuff. But I think
I just realized that
job
he actually
one now is, you're right. It's going to be getting an arena that's more that's
it's like within the city limits.
Yeah. Yeah, rather than out in Canada.
I was going to say, dude,
very nice area.
But, nice area, but Ottawa's their arena feels like it's closer to your house than it is to downtown Ottawa.
Not quite. It was still a 10-hour drive.
But yeah, I'll be interested to see if they are able to flip the script on that franchise. And I do think it starts with a new location, but what's the best way to get everybody behind a new location? Winning. And they've got a core.
Yeah. By reacquiring Erik Karlsson.
I think that the thing with Ottawa too, right? Like, I think like injuries was the story there.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Josh Norris.
Right? Like, I think they underperform a little bit. Yeah, but injuries did.
They had a run, dude. They had a run there for a little while.
Yeah.
They were plowing.
Yeah, it's just hard to get back in, right? Like, especially in the East, man. The East is such a gong show.
So, what have you talked about? What did you call it? Something with it was a terminology of war. You used to call it. Oh, you talked about, especially at the trade deadline. You're talking about.
Oh, I mean the Metro is worse, right? Like,
but there was a
Metro is the
term
division
that you used.
I know. I'm trying to remember what.
Something weaponization of something. I forget what it was.
Yeah, I don't remember. But
Jared in the chat.
it's a gauntlet. Yeah.
This will be fun. EK65 will be traded at the draft. Somebody screenshot that.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I don't.
I don't think it'll happen at the draft.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't think it'll happen at the draft. I think it would happen if it happens. I think it'll happen after the draft, because then the Sharks are going to, they're going to see what they have a little bit more, and other teams are going to see what you have a better idea of what they have. Hopefully there's a team out there.
That's the problem. I don't see the destination.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what were the I mean, Edmonton was a that was a cute pick for a little bit for this season.
Yeah, but then they got Ekholm.
Yeah. I was going to say, not only did they get Ekholm, but it's also the case of, well, all these sexy picks. Well, yeah, it was happening back then because those were the teams that were fighting for a playoff spot, and now that's all over with. So you move your deck chairs around a little bit, and you say, okay, we weren't able to make that play. We weren't going to get Karlsson. So what else is on the market, and how else can we spend 11.5 or say $8.5 million, because the Sharks are going to eat, 3.5.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny. Corey, RIP Corey, Athletic, with that does suck. We don't like seeing the writers.
Super sucks. Yeah, I don't like seeing. I mean, I'm honestly, I feel bad for Corey because he just moved out here last year.
Yeah,
a year and a half ago.
Here, and then relocate everything, come out here, and then lose your job in here. It super sucks. I mean, I am surprised that the Sharks had their regional coverage as long as they did, because other markets already kind of had theirs killed by the Athletic.
Well, I think that's a benefit, though, of being in a market that has, at least for the longest time, had two pro football teams up until 4 years ago, has two pro baseball teams, then, so they have a lot of that. But my point being, though, is he did an article not that long ago. What it was something about Erik Karlsson's deal, but it was shit. I don't know. Somebody look it up on the Athletic, but it was a solid article that went into the whole idea of, if you dive into the advanced stats, the Sharks with Karlsson on the ice 5-on-5, they were 500. They were 74 goals against, 74 goals for, 74 goals against. But when he was off the ice, they were 52 goals for, 98 goals against. And I sit there and go, okay, is that really a, kind of rah-rah for Erik Karlsson, that they were 500 when he was out there? Or was that more of an indictment of the guys that were below him?
I mean, it's an indictment of it's obviously an indictment of the rest of the blue line, which is absolute ass. But it's also, I think it's positive for a guy whose defense is awful. The Sharks got caved in when he wasn't on the ice.
They did, but I'm just thinking, for a guy who's getting that much money, I would hope that would at least.
Here we go.
Well, no. That I would just hope that, because he's such an offensive weapon, I would hope that the goals for would at least be positive.
Even
if it's 60 to 50,
Yeah, but they didn't get the goaltending this year at all from either goalie.
Well, that and the fact that aside from Timo Meyer, Erik Karlsson was the offense for the team most of the year.
And that too. Yeah. You're not wrong. I don't know.
Man. All right. So here we are, Cats. 6 years in, and the Vegas Golden Knights have themselves a cup. Now, let's remember. No revisionist history here. Let's remember. Up until I want to say 5 years ago, the Washington Capitals did not have a cup. Up until 4 years ago, the St. Louis Blues did not have a cup.
Play Gloria.
Yeah, and as it stands, last time I look, Vancouver, a lot older than the Sharks, still without a cup. So everybody calm the crap down.
No. Must freak out all the time.
Calm the crap down, yeah. There's something you say to Vancouver.
But
they can't win a cup. If they won a cup, like they burn their city to the ground when they lose a cup. What happens when they win one?
Oh shit. I don't think anybody wants to see that. And as long as some of those people are still there, I mean, we were all talking about Vancouver like 2 years ago, right? Like it was Demko and Besser and the fucking Pedersen and oh my god, who's the other guy that got moved and everybody to like Jersey or New York or wherever the fuck it was.
Bo Horvat.
Yeah, Horvat. Like all these pieces. And like they've just sold them off for nothing, it feels like. I don't even get Vancouver. I don't. Like it's starting to turn into like little Anaheim for me, where it's like they've got a really good goaltender when he's on, and they've got a couple of decent pieces, but aside from that. And there's another thing, as we're about to take off here, is John Gibson an Anaheim Duck come October?
I don't think so. But again, I don't see I don't know the destination either.
Oh, I don't care about the destination, but is he still there? I hope not, for his sake.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Could you imagine him in Anaheim? Or I mean in Edmonton. Hey.
Gibson for Campbell.
Fuck, whatever.
Throw in some picks.
I don't know.
I wonder where Hellebuck is going to go.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's it. L.A., baby. L.A.
Great. Let them win a third cup. Yeah, that talk about you want Sharks fans to be salty. Vegas wins in 23, Kings win in 24. Oh my god.
Hey, dude.
Hell, let's get the Kraken in 25. Martin Jones can lift the fucking cup.
Hey, man, sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug.
And then 26 we'll have the fucking Vancouver Canucks win the cup. That way we're the last team in the Pacific
Columbus.
Division to win a cup. No, they don't play
in Florida.
No, Winnipeg. Yeah. Winnipeg, that would be better.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. 26, 27? No, that'll be when Joe Pavelski finally gets one. When he's like 45.
As a coach?
Player coach. He's going to go full Reggie Dunlop.
So Pavelski is on the books for one more season, yay?
Yeah. He re-upped it. He's going year by year.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. It's 82 game season last time I looked. If Chief posts like over 60 points, does he go another year?
I think
why
so.
Not?
It's one of those things where like as long as you don't the second you think about retirement, you're retired.
Yeah. Sure.
Right?
But I'm saying
I just don't think that he's there yet.
I'm just saying I could totally see Chief doing like, I don't know, 23 goals, 37 assists.
Like, do I think Joe Pavelski's gonna like? I don't think it's weird, right? Because like Joe Pavelski doesn't strike me as a guy who's gonna like hold on too long. But
I don't think he's gonna hold on too long. But I think it's like anytime somebody like brings up his best by date, he goes, "Watch this."
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know.
I can totally see him.
Arizona's going to win the cup in the mullet.
23. Well, no.
Oh,
When Arizona went, no, dude. let's be honest. When we talk about the Coyotes, they're going to pull the Nordiques. They're going to move in like 2-3 seasons, and then they'll win it that first year that they're their new location. Whether it's Salt Lake or Houston, Portland, whatever. That's what they'll do. They got to pull a fucking Quebec, Colorado. That would be the ultimate play. Oh, dude, that would be so ultimate. I would pay money to see that. I would do a GoFundMe to see that.
Oh my God.
Desert dogs, bitches. All right, so what is the next show? I guess going to be Ian and Mark and Jewels, the draft extravaganza.
Maybe
could be.
Maybe celebrate Eric Carlson getting the Norris.
Oh, when's that shit start anyway? When's the award show?
It's the week of the draft.
Oh, but between now and then, Eric and I might have a little bit of a jersey. I don't want to tip people off to it, but let's just say there's going to be some tea spilled. You will see a couple things you've never seen before.
Nope.
At least
not up close.
Yeah, no other Sharks podcast has this. Let me tell you that. We have some things to show you. Literally in Eric's hand. So
yeah.
Cool.
Oh boy. Do us a favor. Bonafide. What the fuck is it? What? Oh, Eric sent me the wrong screen.